this system. As you can see, the first thing you are going to have to do is check you have all your equipment here, your answers and the condition. So starting, you actually do have a drip stand, correct, or the correct model. It can work on a normal drip stand, but you cannot be guaranteed of an adequate grip. We have the Rapid Infusor manual, which is very important. The system itself is power lead, the small attachment clip for the chamber, the large 3 litre attachment bucket holder, and quite often a normal 3-spike insert. Also available is the 3 litre bucket, normally only accessible on the heavy configuration modules, and the patient extension system, which comes with all configurations. If you are priming the system for use with a patient, you must only ever use saline, not Hartmann's. But we have used Hartmann's before for just running systems for 373 reasons, if we are going to dispose of that circuit afterwards. On the actual main system itself, we have the front, the side with access panel and workings, colour coded. Rear with activation switch and plug point. Attachment, internal clamp, area for the drip stand, and as you can see, the lever that attaches it to the clamp. There are, underneath, feet. This does give an option to operate it without a drip stand, but some of the angles are very tight and it does lead to increased occurrences of occlusion alarms. Taking the Belmont Mark 1, I'm going to secure it to the drip stand. This is the issue drip stand for this system. As you can see, onto the base clamp. So even if there is a looseness, it won't slip down. Attach the clamp itself, the blue rubber clip, and adjust for comfort. Plugging in the power line, simple 3-pin. Attaching the clip clamp. It is quite low, but it will be adjusted once the system is on. If actually using the bucket itself, the 3 litre bucket, this system would also be attached with the 3 litre bucket positioned inside. Opening up the new fresh bucket. Available already set up in the tray. Checking all connections are solid, loosening up manufacturing, and putting every clamp on. As we bring the system back online again, and once it's attached, we will then release the clamps. A very simple way of attaching this. The red hose is placed exactly where the red diagram is. The red marker on the circle is directly facing up. Clicks in. Air detection chamber is placed here over the sensor. This clip, if it is in the way, just move it down and re-click. Two hoses go into the channels where the diagrams are. And this plug here with the blue arrow is placed directly into this area and it fits directly in. Before you close this door, you must ensure that these pipes are in these channels or the door will fail to close. If it does close, what you will receive is almost an immediate occlusion alarm. Chamber into its clamp, and that's pretty much ready to start running through its attachment of the fluid. A placing of, if you are going to test it, a bucket, and finding a power system. As we're attached to the drip stand, what we're going to do now is actually connect up to its fluids, start running it through a test. So nice saline, and the spikes, it's all shut off, so there's going to be no mistakes. Up we go. We do have a problem, just readjust it down slightly, lovely. So, and all we're doing is opening that one up, keeping these two closed, and then we just let it through that system all the way to here. And I'm going to push this hose open and into a receptacle that'll accept fluid, free flowing fluid. At the previously mentioned power switch, we activate, alarm, the system goes through its checks, and it will at this point start alarming, asking you to prime the system. What we're looking at now is the screen for the prime. It's asking you to open and check your channels again. They're correct. Then push the prime button. You then get a 100 ml countdown. It will stop automatically, though you can stop it if you do require. At that point here, we're now receiving the request to patient prime. And what we're doing now is we're observing the patient line to make sure that it is clear and there is no air residual leaks or air pockets. Once you're happy with that, you press stop, and it gives you the choice to go back to patient line prime or to start to infuse. Immediately starting at 10 mils per minute. You have a selection of options. The items on the top side of this bar are not touch sensitive. The items on the bottom side are. You can increase your rates, leading here. And if you hold down, it jumps up rapidly. Your temperature is showing here. The line pressure is shown below. And the volume you have already infused is here. You do have a option to activate a 250 ml bolus or a 500 ml per minute rate. I'll activate the bolus first. You'll hear it speed up, and your 250 ml, it will automatically stop. It's counted and for right underneath. The option exists on this system to recirculate through the infusion line, not the patient line, so internally maintaining the actual temperature of the fluid and or blood products. So at that point there, what you will require, if you are perhaps not infusing but wanting to maintain heat, you would hit the recirculate button, and what will happen is the direction is adjusted and fluid is pushed back into the containers that it comes in, but it is heated, and this will keep circulating around the system until the fluid is required again. The system can also be stopped at any time by hitting the stop button. It just immediately stops. Or we can push straight all the way through, 500 mils per rate. You'll hear it start winding up immediately. Slowly building up, increasing rate. As you can see right there, at such a rate, it's now actually increasing the line pressure to quite an extraordinary amount. I'm expecting a line alarm. We'll move to stop. The capability of this system, it will keep pumping if you lose power. The drawback of this system is if you lose power, you lose the heat capability. Once your time with the bell is finished, what you do is you safely remove fluids, replacing with required, capping, recapping, putting the sharps away if possible, removing the insertion. And correctly disposing of it due to accordance with local standing orders.